Hi everybody. Sorry for being late with this. I found out I had walking pneumonia again. I didn't know it could walk. Anyway, this is more on the motor. I had a lot more to do than what you're seeing here. Look at the size of those spark plugs. I gotta do something with them. That's huge. Okay. That black rod on advance is showing the ignition advance for both mags. Then you see grease cups, should be, or caps, whatever you want to call them. The water pump, fan adjuster, and all that. Right now I am making the pulleys, the crank pulley and the pulley for the fan. And I'm doing some fancy math here. Going through to what I can do without a lot of work. Yeah, I'm lazy. Don't judge me. I know you're the same way. Anyway, I'm trying to remember why I did that. It doesn't make any freaking sense. Oh, yeah. We'll see if this works. How about that? I needed a bullseye for the hole so I can get on the crank. By the way, it's an awful spindly looking crank end for a motor that puts out freight train torque and Volkswagen horsepower. Anyway, I am sorry. I'm trying not to cough, okay? So I can drill all the little teeny holes with my magic drill, aka X-Acto knife. And I must have been sick because I could not get a straight cut on this Plastistruck tubing. You guys use that? Anyway, yeah, I just went, screw it. I'll hack it off. And then I have to sand it because I didn't cut it straight. I just couldn't get anything to cut straight. New blade. Maybe it needs a new owner. Now, I made a smaller one. As you see me put that in there, that is to give it depth, like it's centered in the hub. And that's why I'm putting the glue on it. Then I'll put that over that hub and not glue it down. Oh, geez, make me a liar. Oh, that, I did do that. Okay. Because that's the one I'm using roughly for the holes. This is a failure, I believe. So I'm trying to put a collar around it because it's in the center of the sheave or pulley is in further out, and then the outside is out wider, and I'm trying to create that effect. It worked on this one, but the little one at the top, yeah, it needed work. It still needs sanded, and that I was like, this ain't even the right. I had to try to give them the right thickness and that, because the belt, which all I used for the belt was black electrician's tape. And I still got to make, looks like a tensioner on the side that like keep it from slapping or whatever. You can see it in that photo I had previous to all this junk. What I'm doing now is getting it all down about round. And it's funny how you do this and all of a sudden one side wants to break loose and you got to re-glue it all. So much for So much for liquid glue. You know, when I give up on the next one, you see the smaller one? Yeah, I'll have to toss that. Right now, I believe I am making for tensioning the belt, and I didn't realize it until after I've seen another photograph, is that I'm using my leather punch to center the hole for the piece I need, was that it's actually on the lever, and that pulls it up or down, the tension. I was, for crying out loud, I gotta remake it all. No, I didn't do it yet. I needed just a little bit of spacing there to get it out towards the crank. Wasn't lined up. The cylinder head, I don't know. What do you want? It's homemade. No plans, no nothing. Just going off photographs. I know what I want. I want perfection, but it ain't gonna happen. Now I'm getting some really thin wire from some lamp cord or something. Very, very thin. No, that's a bundle of wires there. And right now I think I fell asleep from old age. Yep. Waiting for my head to hit the table. Yeah, I went to the paleontologist to find out I had that again. I wasn't happy. Anyway, I was looking for that little brass tubing I had. And what I'm trying to do is I'm thinning this sprue to fit in the hole of the brass tubing. And I only need like maybe a little bit over 1/16 I cut it, but it was actually still too tall, but it fits in there. Yay! So I actually got it off, and I could poke the back end of it through again. So I'm making it thinner again, putting in that piece there. I know I super glue it, but I haven't seen it done yet, so that must be coming up. Oh, there it is. There's the wire. I'm trying to get real fine wire for the spring. I should have went a little thinner with the rod in the center, because there should be gap, a noticeable gap. Oh well. At least I got the spring in there. Anywho, I'm trying to gauge how long to cut it, and I'm still not making a very good idea. Oh, I think I decided that lower pulley was junk, so I'm back to cutting dots out again. I like these leather punches for stuff like that, because they come out. And I bought this one here a year ago. I used to have an old one. I thought, well, I'll try it with that, and I'll center it. First one worked. Second one didn't. It ripped. I'm like, darn it. So I cut some more, and it kept ripping. Here it was the paper punch, and I have like 5 of these of different sizes, and I got 2 of the same size, and this one must be bad. It's alright until you pull it up, then it rips it. So I had to make several, and I thought, well, I'll just punch it out and then center the hole. That worked better. Just since I punched it, I didn't punch it real hard. I didn't want it to cup. There we go, a little better. That's what I'm going to do. I had some, I'm telling it to stay. That's the finger gesturing to it, stay. And I'm comparing it with the other ones width-wise. Anyway, I'm just hitting it with some super glue around the edges. That way I can kind of get it done. I'm using an accelerator on a stick and just drop it in there with that. Now I'm trying to get the height. Now I'm cutting the brass or copper. No, it is brass. This was the stuff I've used to make turnbuckles on World War I aircraft or machine gun barrels on 148th. I have a little bit bigger tubing for 132nd machine gun barrels and wings of aircraft or cannons. Yeah, I really thought I was going good here, and then I no sooner got it glued on and got it painted that I realized that, how does that work? I don't understand how that works. And then I seen another one, the motor I'm going off from, they're both the same, is the one that's got a gray cylinders instead of the blue. The ones that are gray is in Germany, and the other ones that are all around now is blue. I don't know why the difference. I have no idea. And I noticed on the blue ones that there's a little lever off the side that the thing pulls up and down. That's what makes it do it. Now, what's he making now? Got me. I had to do several iterations of this. I'm trying to make a wing nut out of solder. I've done it before. This is going to sound funny. Not in this size. This is pretty big, actually. I tried smaller ones. That's mostly what I use on 136 scale World War I aircraft if they have wing nuts or levers. They had fuel selector levers that were shaped, if you bent these right, they look really good, in my opinion. And I'm still trying to get it, and I was like, I had nothing in between the two, and then later on I found it, and I thought, man, that don't look very good. That's pretty small. So I decided that I'm going to do the bigger one and trim it down. And I lightly sanded it to get the marks of the needle nose mini pliers I have off of it. Just trying to even it up. And for some reason, I think some stupid idiot tries to drill a hole in it. In fact, I'm almost sure. Yep, there I go. Drill a hole in it. Yay. I have no luck with metal, plastic, and super glue. So I'd rather have a hole. I'm attaching it and watch it wander from side to side. Oop, I hit it with some now I'm painting it quick. I never did anything. I got to do more to that, but hey, I got enough to do. Notice I have the flywheel off. I just put that on there for the photos. I'm not even sure if I'm happy with them. I needed to drill a hole all the way through this for the upper one because it's just sprue. You know, some guy didn't think of doing that first. Oh no, why would we do that? In this, the fan, which you'll see being made here, is really, really super tight against the radiator, like tighter than I thought it would be, but now I believe I'm making for the fan. And I did several of these, so you're going to get some repetition of me trying and doing different stuff. Yeah, I just really haven't had any feel like doing anything. It's been nice enough out. Just well, then come to find out I was sick. Came down with the chills. Still have a sore throat, sinus drainage, coughing junk up. I think it coughed a kidney up. Naturally, it's off screen. You get to see my beautiful fingers. Quit pointing. It's not polite. Oh, for crying out loud. If I'd have noticed that, I'd have cut that out. I didn't. I'm trying to get it posted. Sorry, guys. Naturally, I'm trimming it off screen. I have a piece of black tape there. I must accidentally move the camera not to go beyond that. And so I'm within the black tape, but not in the frame. That one must not have worked. That's fine. Oh, it's white tape. No wonder. I'm blind. The reason why I sand it is to make it slick to where, or rough to where the pencil marks will hold. And I can't see the back side of this, but I know it's there. You can see the rivets. I think I can slightly see one, and it was kind of a 7 shaped, only not angled like a 7. And I tried doing that on the first one. I'm like, they're never going to see that, let alone call it into question. Right now, I am rotating it and trimming them all the same supposed length. Just trying to clean it up. Hey, I bought some more of that Mr. Cement. My wife, she said, use my Amazon account, and I bought it for $4, and shipping was free. That was cheaper than I can get it in town or anywhere else. And it came yesterday or the day before, and I was really happy about that. Now, what I'm doing there is marking so I get the 3-bladed fan, all 3 blades the same width, and I'm scoring them to put in. There was a bead run down them, probably to make them stronger so they don't flex, I would guess. They were a little bit not rounded off, but chopped off so they would be taller in the center than they were on the edge on there. I can't see what the other ones, I figured they were probably flat, and now I'm curving them. These are curved. There's one of these that drop right in the glue. I thought maybe I did it already. Getting the blades lined up. Now I'm getting ready to paint the pulleys. I'm using a, looks like silver, but it ain't. It's neutral metal, or neutral gray. And in other words, it's right in the middle of between light and dark. And the blades on the fan are black. Going by the photos, color photos. I noticed a little spot there, I hit it. For some reason I'm darkening it up, I don't remember why. Something I needed. Added some water. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to get the inside a little darker for shadow. And obviously the center of where the belt would be dark. Well, the belt's going to be over the top. It's going to be in shadow below. The bigger one will be not in shadow unless with the hood open. The bonnet. I know I'm just taking a little bit of highlighting some edges, and I did use graphite, in other words pencil shavings, to give it that metallic painted look. I was going to have the blade on this thing. I realized I screwed up. Yeah, it can go on now, but when I was sitting there looking at it, I went, I didn't make the shaft long enough, and I used two shafts, so I had to pull the shaft out of one for the fan to stick in the other one. There I'm using the graphite. I threw it away, and then later on I picked it back out of the garbage. I'm like, yeah, forget about that. And I'm thinking my cylinders are a smidge tall, or compared to, I don't know why, but hey. This is where I'm making supposedly the belt. Getting rid of that. The problem with PVC tape or this kind of tape is you can't pull it. In other words, you'll stretch it, and you want it tight, but you don't want it tight. In other words, you'll stretch it, and I think I stretched it when I took it out off the roll. That's some pretty old electrician's tape, by the way, so I should buy a new roll. Okay, right now I am cutting for the push rods, all 8 of them. Out of brass rod. And so they're going to set in there. What I'm trying to do is get things lined up for the spark plugs, and that's what I'm goofing with now. Trying to get something done with them. The 2 or the 3 that I've seen, including the German one, they all have modern plugs, so they must have helicoiled something in there, because they were big fat old girls back in the day. These were big fat but short and stumpy. Not like a modern, well, you know, it ain't going to be an R44 TS AC or anything like that. It had to work on the ignition system that it had then. So, of course, those mags could pump out some juice. There was a couple I didn't like, and I got them shoved to the north. And after I got done, I'm like, hey, that looks pretty good. Then I took a photo of it. Man, it looks pretty bad. So I might have to redo them. What I'm trying to do is go from small, tapered small to big round for the plug. And so I could lose distance on these and it'd be alright. Then I gotta try to get them all cut the same, which I didn't show. First plug in, second plug in, third plug in. Oh, you forgot a cylinder.
So she was born in April. She landed April 6th. And then it looks like the second cycle started April 13th.
You always get one that wants to go wonky. That one there. Oh, I finally did get the fourth one in there. All right. Found another problem out. Is my coolant pipe has to be lengthened on the branches going to the engine. Because when I made the coolant pipe, it was with the old crankcase. Well, there's the final thing. If you guys want to give it a look over, pause it. You can see what it's got to be made. And notice the little springs for the intake. Thank you for watching. Please like,